Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Tile Tuesday, Super 4 Format Tile Installation Systems. My name is Mark Pennine, Technical Manager, Tile and Stone Installation Systems for ARDEX. Today we'll be covering the evolution of ceramic tiles, gauged porcelain tile panels and tile slabs, substrate preparation, tools for these installations, installation product selection, and finishing materials. We've come a long way since the early mosaics from the 5th century. Earlier tiles were installed for their functionality. Quarry tile, as an example, was installed in sanitary areas like hospitals, schools, and commercial kitchens. These smaller format tiles were very strong and they wore well. However, they weren't the best looking tile installations. They looked dated not long after they were installed. Now we have the next generation of super format or gauged porcelain tile and panels. These panels have a facial dimension from 1 square meter, and they can be as large as 5 feet by 12 feet. The thickness of these panels range from 3 millimeters up to 20 millimeters, or 1/8 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch in thickness. The thinner porcelain panels, usually between 3 and 4 millimeters, will have a resin-coated mesh reinforcement on the back of the tile. This coating helps stabilize the thin tile during the shipping and handling of the material. However, that same resin creates bond issues when installing with cement-based mortars. For this reason, in most cases, these thin panels with the resin coating need to either have a primer on the back or they may need an admix added to the installation material. This will, in all cases, help with the bond strength as well as the flexibility of the material. Because these panels are made of porcelain, they're easy to clean, they're scratch resistant, of course they're waterproof, and some manufacturers' tiles are even bendable. But along with all the great advantages of gauged porcelain tiles, there are some challenges as well. Always make sure you adhere to very specific installation methods. These panels require trained, knowledgeable installers. These panels can be a challenge to handle and transport. They require specialized tools and equipment. They may require additional skills in substrate preparation as well. Miscuts of large panels can result in costly waste. These panels can be very expensive. Installing gauged porcelain tiles is very different from installing traditional tiles. Specialized training and tools are required to ensure successful installation. ARDEX offers specialized hands-on as well as AIA CEU courses for super format tile installation systems at our ARDEX America Academies, both in the US, Canada, and in Mexico. These panels have many design options available, from a marble look to an urban cement finish. The marble finish is very attractive when a matchbook pattern is chosen. Manufacturers are utilizing high-definition digital print technology, which offers endless possibilities. We say there's 5 keys to a successful installation. 1, always attend training. Make sure you're educated. 2, be sure to do proper substrate preparation, both horizontal and vertical when vertical applications are done. Use the right tools and always use your resources. The NTCA and TCNA have a lot of information on proper installation procedures for these type of materials. Use trial and error when troweling the mortar on the back of the tile as well as the substrate. Proper substrate preparation is paramount when dealing with gauged porcelain tile installations. Suitable substrates to receive gauged porcelain tile include cement backer board over steel or wood framing, concrete or CMU units, existing well-bonded ceramic or porcelain tile. In dry areas, you can go over gypsum board or drywall. For floors, above grade or on grade concrete, existing well-bonded ceramic or porcelain tile. And for wood frame substrates, they must be constructed to meet TCNA F141-15 or F250-15 for natural stone detail. TCNA references the substrate requirements for thin bed ceramic tile installations. The maximum allowable variation in the substrate for tiles with at least one edge 15 inches in length or longer. The maximum allowable variation is 1/8 of an inch and 10 feet from the required plane, with no more than a 16th variation in 24 inches when measured from the highest point in the surface. For bringing a substrate into specification, ARDEX offers a variety of preparation products. For walls and floors, ARDEX AM100 is a rapid set pre-tile smoothing and ramping mortar. You can flatten and smooth floors and walls. It's rapid setting, so you can install tile in as little as 2 hours. There's no sag or slump when you're working with the material. And you can install this product from 1/4 of an inch all the way up to 1 1/4 inches in one lift. It can be used both interior as well as exterior. For floors, ARDEX Tile and Stone Installation Systems offers 3 self-leveling product options depending upon your substrate. ARDEX Liquid Backer Board is a highly versatile fast-track smoothing option. It replaces traditional backer board. It's for over interior wood and concrete substrates. There's no requirement for metal lath or additives. You can walk on it and chalk your lines out in 3 hours. You're ready to install tile or stone in as early as 6 hours. This product gets great coverage. You'll get 65 square feet at 1/8 of an inch or 32.5 square feet at 1/4 of an inch. For above grade concrete, distressed gypsum, tile over tile and cutback adhesive, ARDEX TL2000 fiber reinforced self-leveling underlay. It's excellent for challenging substrates. The fiber reinforced strengths to combat deflection, cracks, and movement in the substrate. It has a 6,000 PSI compressive strength. You can use it over wood, above grade concrete, tile, distressed gypsum, cutback adhesive, and VCT. No lath mesh required for this product as well. You're going to get about 50 square feet at 1/8 of an inch or 25 square feet at 1/4 of an inch. For your larger commercial projects, on-grade concrete, TL1000 is your everyday value and performance product. For smoothing interior concrete over tile and terrazzo substrates. This product can be walked on in 4 to 5 hours, and you can install tower stone in as early as 6 to 8 hours. It gets great coverage at 25 square feet at 1/4 of an inch out of a 50-pound bag. Movement joints are covered in the TCNA handbook under EJ 171. Movement joint guidelines for ceramic, glass, and stone. If these cracks and joints are not addressed, they will transfer or telegraph through the tile installation, making the installation very unsightly. Always follow the EJ 171 for the appropriate joint in your installation. ARDEX offers products for both crack isolation and waterproofing. ARDEX 8+9 is a rapid waterproofing and crack isolation compound. Its rapid setting, you can tile in just 90 minutes. If you were to use it in place of an existing shower pan, you can flood test this product in 4 hours. It's cement-based, gets extremely well bond with your ARDEX mortars. It's an anti-fracture membrane up to 1/8 of an inch. It gets outstanding coverage of 100 square feet per residential kit, and we also offer a commercial size kit, which is 3 times that size. ARDEX S1K is a 1-component waterproofing and crack isolation compound. It's a pre-mixed, very easy to use, 2-coat product. So there's no mixing required. Just pop the lid off the bucket and you're ready to roll it onto the substrate. It's very flexible. It offers topside waterproofing as well as crack isolation up to 1/8 of an inch. It has minimal drips and splatters. It's ideal for bathrooms, showers, and other wet areas. A 3.5 gallon bucket will get approximately 195.5 square feet per unit with 2 coats. When you need a waterproofing membrane or a vapor retarder, and you're looking for a sheet membrane, ARDEX SK175 is the product for the job. It's pliable, very durable sheet membrane. It's perm rated for commercial steam showers. It's also ideal for all showers, swimming pools, and other wet areas. The product ensures the uniform thickness that's needed for waterproofing as well as a vapor retarder. It's easy to work with and cut. We have 2 convenient size rolls. One comes in 108 square feet and a larger roll of 323 square feet. When installing super format or gauge porcelain tile, special tools and equipment is required. DTA is an ARDEX company and is a leading supplier of tiling and flooring tools, accessories, and trims globally for over 40 years. They have an extensive range of DTA branded products, and they're well known throughout the industry. DTA offers a full line of tools and equipment to handle, cut, install gauged porcelain tile. They have rack systems to carry the tile. They have A-frames to wheel the product around the room, tables for cutting and fabricating on, beater blocks for embedding the tiles, suction cups, and rail cutters. The DTA Tiger Trowel. It's an innovative trowel with unique notch configurations that can help increase the consistency of the mortar coverage between the substrate and the gauge tile. Let's learn a little bit more about the DTA products and tools for large panel tiles.
Hi, I'm Tim Aheimer with ARDEX Engineered Cements, and I'm the field marketing specialist. Today I'm going to share with you some of the tools and techniques that you'll use to install the gauged porcelain panels on the walls and floors. We have the DTA carrying rack, trowels, and lippage tuning stones. First off, we have the trowel. These are self-collapsing ridges, or commonly known as European notch trowels. These allow for compression as opposed to shifting a panel to achieve full coverage on the back of the tile. We have lippage tuning devices from DTA. They're pretty simple. You have a variety of different plates available for you. You simply put the caps on, slide them down, and then make an adjustment with the tool to remove the lippage on the application. When you're putting the panel into place, DTA has a tapping block. This is a weighted float. It weighs about 2.5 pounds. The handle's slightly offset, and you can use this to tap vertical applications into place. These large panels will require fabrication, and in order to get them to where you need to fabricate them, you're going to need to transport them with some type of equipment. DTA has a carrying rack system. As you can see, the square tubing on their system allows for a more rigid and robust system. When you're carrying the weight of a large panel fully loaded with mortar, it can stress some of the thinner tubing type systems that are out there. So this particular type of rack offers the greatest resistance to that flex that you might get when carrying and transporting by hand. During the installation, you'll have the need to fabricate panels, cutting lengths or widths across, and you can use the rail cutter. DTA has a rail cutting system that is very easily adjustable. It has rubber gaskets that fit onto the back so that it doesn't slide on your panel. It also has an area where you can put suction cups on and clamp the rail down to a panel should that become necessary. This nipping tool is used to create a fracture along the score and then allows the panel to snap and break. The final step to fabricating straight cuts would be to hone the edge with a diamond impregnated pad to help soften the edge so it's not as sharp and less likely to cut you on an installation.
For installing these super format tiles, ARDEX recommends high performance mortars and grouts. ARDEX micro technology is the combination of sand, cement, special polymers, and microfibers. This revolutionary binding matrix offers tangible benefits. It gives you a creamier and easier to apply mortar. It offers longer open times as well as longer working times. It has improved bond strength and better flexibility, and it also offers higher yield. ARDEX also has a proprietary self-drying technology. This actually binds, or these products actually bind and crystallizes and locks the mix water into the cement matrix. The rapid hardening and drying, regardless of the application thickness and the environment. There's no shrinkage when the product cures. It virtually eliminates water discoloration, staining, and warping when fixing natural stone tiles and other moisture-sensitive tile. It's perfect for large and super format tiles. These panels, like I said earlier, are extremely large. There's a lot of mortar underneath that tile because we're troweling both the substrate as well as the back of the tile. So all that mortar and moisture is going to be trapped underneath that tile unless it has a product that has self-drying properties and allows it to cure properly. As an example, a standard drying mortar, 40% of the mixed water will be bonded in the mortar. 60% of the mixed water needs to evaporate through the grout or will be absorbed by the substrate. That results into shrinkage, which can cause lippage, high risk of disbonding. You may get cracked tiles or at least grout crack joints. For natural stones, you can get staining and warping when these stones have moisture sensitive issues. With the self-drying technology, we're going to bind and crystallize virtually all of that mixed water into the matrix. So there's no shrinkage. The rapid setting and rapid drying will offer maximum protection for a successful installation. ARDEX mortars are thixotropic as well. What does that mean? As an example, Heinz ketchup is thixotropic. It's thick, but when you shake the bottle, or sometimes if you slide a knife into the bottle, the ketchup will flow out for you. The same idea applies to thixotropic mortars that ARDEX make. When troweled on a substrate, they'll hold their ridge and the tile doesn't slide or slump. But when you move the tile back and forth to collapse the ridges, the mortar underneath the tile, whether it's beat in with a large porcelain panel or a regular large format tile, you're going to collapse those ridges underneath very easily, creating full coverage. ARDEX X77 Microtech. It's the most advanced and versatile tile stone mortar in the world. It has a true 60-minute open time. The open time is one of the most important product aspects of ARDEX X77 for large panel installations. Again, you're going to be troweling the mortar on the substrate as well as the back of the tile at the same time. Because you're covering such a large area, this could take up to 30 minutes to get one tile installed. That's why you have to have that open time of a product like ARDEX X77. When you marry the tile into the substrate, you want to make sure both the wall mortar as well as the mortar on the back of the tile are both elastic and still open. The 77 is very creamy. It's also very easy to apply. It's ideal for high traffic areas as well as exterior areas like swimming pools. It has a 3-hour pot life and has excellent coverage. You'll get 110 square feet with a 1/4 by 1/4 notch trowel and a 40 pound bag. It's a 118/15 product according to the ANSI standard. ARDEX E90. It's for resin-backed mesh towel. By adding the E90 to the mix, you're going to improve the adhesion and flexibility of your mortar. It's perfect for tile over tile installations as well. Ideal for exterior facades and wet areas as it helps repel moisture. It also helps reduce the chance of efflorescence. ARDEX X78 Microtech. It is a semi-pourable full coverage mortar for horizontal applications. This product also has a true 60-minute open time. It will not contribute to efflorescence when used exterior. It has a unique fluid consistency that delivers full coverage. It has a pot life of 4 hours. Outstanding coverage of 105 square feet out of a 40-pound bag. ARDEX S28 Microtech is a rapid set, rapid dry super format tile and stone mortar. It's the ultimate super format tile mortar. It has, again, self-drying technology. It allows traffic in just 4 hours. That means that mortar is completely cured underneath that large format tile in 4 hours. No shrinkage. It has a semi-pourable consistency, very easy to apply. It has unmatched open time for a rapid setting product. So it has a 45-minute open time for a product that you can actually walk on in 4 hours. Pot life of 75 minutes and coverage of 103 square feet for a 40-pound bag. This product comes in both gray and white. Let's take a closer look at the installation practices of gauged porcelain tile panels.
After the fabrication is complete, the panel can then be moved to the second station where back buttering and back troweling can be accomplished. Applying mortar to the back side of the panel with the Euro notch trowel is important to assure full coverage on the back of the panel. This can be accomplished with ARDEX X77 with E90 additive. Troweling of the substrate should occur simultaneously with the troweling of the back of the panel. A scratch coat is always applied to the substrate first, and then using the Euro notch trowel application of the X77 with E90 additive can begin to the wall. Applying the mortar quickly to get enough on the wall in an adequate amount of time is important. The final step would be to comb the lines, making sure that they are in alignment with those on the back of the panel. The next step is to place lippage clips or devices and then spacers in the edge of the panel where you're joining up to the next panel or previous panel, placing them approximately 12 inches apart. Positioning of the panel occurs immediately, using the rack and carry system to align the panel as necessary. After the panel is in place, the tapping block can be used to set the panel into the mortar bed. A technique working from the spine out towards the edges of the panel to tap the panel into place and assure full coverage. Lastly, the lippage clips and devices can be placed on vibrated to assure that there is no lippage between the two panels. The thixotropic nature of the X77 can be seen in this image as it's running out of the edge of the panel because of the vibration motion. Application of the mortar to the substrate of the floor and the back of the panel is the same as for the wall. However, this technique of stepping the panel into place along the spine is the most accurate way of assuring full coverage on the panel. As you notice, stepping in the panel provides adequate pressure to the panel and assures for full coverage. Walking away from the spine towards the edges is critical. A small stepping pattern, as you can see, is the best technique to achieve full coverage. Once this step is accomplished, vibrating the edges of the panel is required.
Completing your super format tile installation with the appropriate grout or sealant. What product should you use? A cement grout, an epoxy grout, or an elastomeric sealant? Expansion joints need to be placed every 20 to 25 feet in interior applications in both directions, and every 8 to 12 feet in both directions for exterior installations. You also want to leave expansions at all change of planes. Always check with the tile manufacturer for the recommended grout joint width. ARDEX just launched our new grout colors. There are 5 color palettes, which include 15 new colors, which gives us a total of 36 color options. The ARDEX FL Rapid Set Flexible Grout is a unique revolutionary consistency for fuller and stronger grout joints. This product is open to traffic in just 90 minutes because of its rapid setting properties. It has excellent color consistency, it's stain resistant and water repellent, and because of its fluidity, it's easy to place and has great consistency. The product has a very fine and spherical sand, so it can go down to a 1/16 inch of joint up to a 1/2 inch grout joint. It's freestyle resistant, and it's also resistant to mold and mildew. It's available in all 36 ARDEX colors in both 25-pound and 10-pound options. For using an epoxy, we recommend the ARDEX WA 100% solid epoxy grout and adhesive. This product is so easy to use and clean, you won't even believe it's an epoxy. You can use it not only as a grout, but you can also use it as a setting material for hard to bond substrates. You can grout joints up to a 1/2 inch. It's a 2-component, easy to mix in its own container. You can use it where maximum chemical resistance or other hygiene and cleanliness are required. It's excellent for food processing, industrial, institutional, and commercial facilities. It's ideal for swimming pools, hot tubs, and other wet areas. The ARDEX WA epoxy also is available in all 36 ARDEX colors. ARDEX SX 100% silicone sealant. It's a quick curing, no sag or slump silicone. It's UV stable. It has outstanding adhesion. It stays permanently flexible. It's mold and mildew resistant. It can be used both interior as well as exterior, including swimming pools and other wet areas. So in summary, understanding the unique requirements and conditions regarding super format in thin porcelain tile applications and proactively addressing them will minimize cost and risk while maximizing the long-term performance of your installation. We want to thank you for taking your time out today to learn a little bit more about Gage porcelain panels and ARDEX products for those installations. We want to ask that you follow us next month on June 8th for our shower systems webinar. Until then, thank you very much.